Hello everybody, and hope you're having a lovely day, and today we are going to be looking at another MLP infection AU created by Zokaru. I unfortunately am not sure I can pronounce that accurately, the first word of that, without butchering it, so my apologies. But yeah, I'm not too sure what the name of this one is, unfortunately. It's a short series. I haven't seen it get updated in a while here, so we're just gonna kind of jump right on into it. But yeah, dudes, I have no idea what was up with that, like, the last few videos, right? I don't know why the TikTok format changed into that. I don't know. It's fixed now? I don't know. But, besides that out of the way, we are going to continue this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Health, psyche, and stress. Fluttershy infection, no. She was saved by Discord upon arrival at the bunker. The body was mutilated by bites from infected ponies. The amputation operation was carried out successfully. We had to deprive the patient of 60% of his body. Acts as a psychologist. Helps ponies improve morale and psychological health through meditation and emotional conversations. However, everyone understands perfectly well that she will not last that long. The only good thing is that she will remain herself until the end. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I could live like this. Respectfully, this seems like a horrible way to live. To me, that seems awful. Rarity infection is no, often uses magic. Responsible for reconnaissance and complex surgical operations. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I would want to, like, have the only doctor be the one in charge of exploring in Crud, alright? I don't think that's the right idea. Usually your healthcare folks are the ones you want to kind of leave behind for when you need them. Not talkative, probably suffers from depression. During curfew, she often leaves the bunker. It's unlikely that she wants to be alone with a bunch of infected. Maybe she's doing something. Despite Pinkie's suspicions, I think she can be trusted. Or not. The bag smells rotten. Why? Wears socks to walk more quietly on the ground. I think Rarity's trying to make a Frankenstein's monster. Pinkie Pie. The main defender of the bunker. She knew this would happen. Before the outbreak, she tried to warn Twilight, but she did not take her seriously. She closed herself off, has changed dramatically as has her cutie mark, trying to be a cold-blooded protector, but she cries quietly at night. Blaming herself for everything that happened, she takes out this anger and pain on the monsters that are trying to get into the bunker. I hope to see her smile again someday. We all miss that cheerful and carefree Pinkie Pie. Last change if things go wrong. Applejack, main weapon, protector of joy. I feel like she's protecting a lot more than joy at this point. Oh, God. Oh, dear God. Not seen in the vicinity of Ponyville for a very long time, presumed dead. During the initial stage of infection, she was in the bunker, but in time, honestly admitted that she was bitten, saving Rarity and family. She was expelled, which made Rarity hate Pinkie Pie. Spotted in a barn on the Apple Farm grounds with an unknown person. Dangerous? Question mark. You did not just give me a dangerous question mark when there's a thing with that much teeth and exposed limbs and is probably still moving around. Ew. Ew, I hope those aren't ribs. This is bad. I'm almost getting like Necromorph Dead Space vibes from this. Oh! Oh, great! That's a good... hi, Rainbow. Probably. Rainbow. Extremely dangerous. If she hears or sees you, you're done for. Only one pony managed to fight her off. She split the object's skull. She saved many, but not herself. Has wonderful hearing and vision. No rotting is observed. In flight, It grabs the victim with its hind limbs and carries it to its owner's nest? Owner's? I'm sorry. Owner's nest? I'm sorry. Are you telling me this is like... What? What? Are you the owner? Are you telling me they just become kind of like infected pets to some other higher creature? Please leave me alone. I'm a monster. No, I will keep you alive at all costs. I love you, Applejack. I love you too, Rarity. Oh. Yeah, sorry. At that point, any love I had for you is probably gone. The only love I have for you if you look like that is just removing you from life. Because I'm gonna be honest. You're a monster at that point. I'm sorry, but there's nothing worth saving. Even if you can talk like a person, I mean, I might if you try not to kill me, but like, just don't come near me. We're done. We're done. We're not cool if you end up turning into something like that. That doesn't work. I don't like exposed bone limbs and crud, alright? That's not my thing. That's very risky. Very scary relationship. Scarf given to him by Flutty. Flutty! Oh my god, I love Flutty. Fluttershy. Oh, just Flutty. Can't sleep infection. No. If even one hair falls from her head, you will die more painful than you think. This is how he once answered one of the nurses. He decided to trim his claws so as not to injure his beloved when dressing the wounds. If we lose him, it will be even more difficult for us. Scrunchy. When she screams in pain while bandaging, he lets her bite him. Oh, how sweet. How romantic. Also, I like how they kind of spelt his name all crazily. Clever and cunning, he could have been a very strong ally if not for Fluttershy's health. He doesn't leave her one step. Essentially, thanks to him, thanks to his magic, Fluttershy is still alive. He was ready to sacrifice any part of, I don't know, his body for a transplant for her. It's a pity that just so simple in words. Only in an emergency situation does he leave the bunker. He bandages Fluttershy himself. Princess Cadence, why do you look like you're an undercover FBI agent? Flurry Heart sticker she was playing with daughter. Oh, that's so adorable. I love you, Mom. Aw. Oh, that's cute. Oh, that's just sweet. That's just wholesome. Cracked horn, currently located in Canterlot. Princess Luna forcibly transported her. Cadence was adamantly against it. She did not want to leave her subjects without protection. Shining Armor, her husband, was infected. It is not yet known where he is. She crystallized her daughter Flurry Heart for her safety. What the frick? Rumor has it that Cadence killed an infected Shining Armor. His blood got into her eyes, and because of that, she went blind. In my opinion, this is nonsense. How can kill a loved one? I mean, maybe you kill him because you love him at a certain point. I mean, I'm just saying, I don't know. This is a very, very insane conversation here. Where it's like, it's like, do you keep the zombie version of him just alive, you know? Like we all see with the governor's just a freak in The Walking Dead. But like, y'all get the idea, right? At what point can you not kill, like, I feel like you gotta kill him. You just gotta kill him. It's not right. It's not right. It's just wrong. It's so weird. Oh no. Oh no. No, Flurry. Oh, I like that she's in a heart though. You made a new crystal heart, the Crystal Flurry. Under reliable protection. It's acceptable, Lyle. Princess Lulu. The armor and ring help her improve her strength characteristics physically and magically. This is Celestia's old armor, Equestria's only hope. She understands that even the best soldiers cannot cope, so she often enters into battle with the infected herself. Many ponies are extremely unhappy that the Luna is now our main ruler. The Luna. The Luna. I love it. Celestia wouldn't do that, and so on. I can't imagine how hard it is for her right now. She is silent about where and what is happening to Celestia. She doesn't want to cause panic. Honestly, you know what? If ponies are turned into monsters, I don't freaking care. I don't freaking care. You probably... Oh, see? See? If that's just crawling down your street, do you tell me you don't kill it? Like, if that's somebody you know, you're telling me you don't kill... Like, I would kill that. I would kill that in a heartbeat. Oh, absolutely. I'm not letting that... Obviously, I don't want to go near it. I mean, look at the size of those freaking teeth and that neck. I feel like that thing's basically a whip if I were to walk near it. Thing's gonna hurt a lot, and this looks like it's got eyes growing from there. Ew. Ew. Flamethrowers. Hans, get the Flammenwaffe. I don't want anything to do with this. Freaking burn it down. Start from scratch. Oh god. Object 02. Of the common ponies, only one saw this. The guard of the basement where this are currently located. He was sent to us so that he would not talk too much in Canterlot? What? What does that mean? Wait, oh, it is a guard. He's got the little hoof armor. All that's left of the wings. He just looks. I'm afraid to paint in all colors. Why didn't... Was that Dr. Luna kill this? Oh, it says looks like PR Luna. You gotta kill it. You gotta kill it. You can't... Frick, I don't even know if you could learn anything from this. Looks, oh, see, now I'm looking at this and I'm just imagining the leg kind of just like rips and kind of splits off kind of down the middle. Two different appendages. Kind of like lobster hands or crab claw kind of thing. Just rip right down the middle. Ugh. Ugh, you can see like, what, I believe these are supposed to be like little maggots or something crawling around in there. God, just kill him. Kill him. Kill him. Kill him. Kill him. Don't, it's mercy. Hello, yes, it's me maintaining this notebook with information about all the ponies and the infected. If you're interested, I encountered the infection outbreak when I returned home from Canterlot. I went there at Twilight's request. Celestia hadn't responded to our letters for a long time and she started to worry. Twilight couldn't accompany me as she wasn't feeling well. In Canterlot, I didn't meet Celestia but encountered Zecora. She seemed troubled and urgently advised me to leave. I understood the severity of the situation only when Zecora examined me and found a long worm in my eye, nearly reaching my brain. They had to amputate my eye to remove it. It turns out I was close to the third stage of... You just had a worm wiggling around in your freaking eye and you didn't realize, Spike? Oh my god. He's clueless. Oh, Spike, did you know you have a worm? I was just kind of wiggling around in your... right around in your eye socket there? Like, ugh. Ugh. Upon returning home, I didn't find Twilight and still don't know where she is or how she is. I hope everything is okay. Pinkie Pie led me to this bunker and I was one of its first inhabitants. Twilight once gave me this portfolio in it. I carry pens, drawing markers, a flashlight, and a kitchen knife just in case. I would just carry the kitchen knife in my hand. Fluttershy recommended that I write down everything to get rid of the thought. I am useless, she said. That's what Twilight would do. Wait, what? Fluttershy recommended that I write down everything to get rid of the thought, I am useless. Oh, that's depressing. Oh, God, you're not useless. You're doing what you can, little man. She said that's what Twilight would do. Oh, dang. God dang, we got some freaking Mad Max little Crusaders. The girls turned out to be braver and more courageous than many of the adult ponies in our bunker. They assist Pinkie in searching for survivors and supplies for the bunker. They made all of their equipment themselves. Pinkie helped them, I saw. covered cutie marks to indicate their roles in the bunker. It's like freaking, "Are ye mateys? There ye the Crusaders be plundering your booty." Wears an Applejack hat. She convinces herself that this is how she feels protection. She's not afraid of anything with her. Cut ribbon. When asked to not participate in the bunker's defense, the girls responded, "Rainbow Dash and Applejack sacrificed themselves for us. Let us prove that their sacrifice was not in vain." Pinkie Pie burst out into tears upon hearing these words. It's not true. Cut ribbon. Dang. Oh no, Sweetie Belle doesn't feel the same about plunder. Argy mateys. In Hell Bunker, many ponies need psychological support. Take Sweetie Belle, for example. She maintains contact with her friends, but not as often as before. She suffers from severe paranoia and feels cold, so she wears warm clothes. Psychosomatics. Fluttershy helps her. Rarity tries to cheer her up occasionally, but it seems to be of little help. What frightened her so much? What did this child see? Are you okay? Yes. No. I'll be eat. Yes. I'll be eat. Yes? That is confusing. Oh, God, Lily. Oh, no. She's become a Cthulhu. Oh, frick, there's an idea. Lovecraftian horror AU. Cthulhu style. Ooh. Just kind of turn him into squids. Ooh. There you go. There's an idea. Was not rescued and discovered in time. The situation frightened her so much that she fainted. The infected took advantage of this. The lily has almost dried up. Her mouth is in the form of a flower with numerous tongues. Could just say her tongue split up into multiple, please. Her danger lies in the fact that the fungus on her back releases toxic substances. The infected, even in the early stage, become very aggressive and active due to this smell. She doesn't hunt herself and feeds on objects of dead ponies. Moves slowly and only on hind legs. Moans in pain. Decay is progressing. Do not approach closely. The stench will cause dizziness and eat away your skin and eyes. You're telling me smelling it is going to eat away my eyes and skin? Frick it. Yeah, I won't go near that. I won't go near that either. Flamethrower. Please, somebody. Cook him. Grill him and kill him. Head turned around. White wires? Snake-like tongue. Lack of hind limbs. Progressive decay. Sly and cunning. Head turned around. Always keeps a safe distance from the victim to escape quickly. Surprisingly fast. Mockingly chuckles at the victim, often irritating them. That would grind my gears. If the infected just started laughing at me, I would probably get a little bit agitated myself. I'm not gonna lie, like, shut up! Shut the frick up! Shut the frick up! When you chase it, don't think it fears you. It's just bait. It will lead you into a trap that's almost impossible to escape. Ooh, see, this is a cool design. I like this one a lot. I really like that. That's cool. That's good. Zecora! Currently in Canterlot, she was invited by Luna even before the start of the epidemic, but why? Now she is treating Cadence. She doesn't refuse even simple ponies. Rumors about Canterlot spread false information. Herbs for potions, she only uses her own. Even the utensils. What does Princess Luna think? Inviting a witch from the wilderness? Better a vet? Such fools. Zecora is a true professional in her field. True! True! True. I can think of fewer ponies that know more about potions, plants, and brews than Zecora. Zecora is like an ace in her field. Absolutely somebody you want. Valuable advice from Zecora. Tie your hair when going outside. If possible, cover your mouth with a mask. Infected often tend to attack legs first. For quick wound healing, use ointment. Rose hip. Horsetail, garlic. This will reduce the risk of infection. So they're like vampires. Just give them some garlic and they'll go bleh. Do not drink water from the river. Don't drink the water. They put something in it to make you forget. Gosh. Starlight Glimmer. Currently in Canterlot, Starlight arrived as Twilight was infected, responding to Princess Cadence's request to help Luna. Now she serves as their main assistant and advisor. She actively communicates with us, me, expressing concern, despite the danger she wanted to be with us, but the princesses need her more at the moment. While not exceptionally strong in magic, that's a first, I'm relieved she's under the protection of the princesses. Stop lying to her about something. She's our friend too, and deserves to know the whole truth. What's the whole truth? Is there something they're not telling us? Derpy! Oh no! Muffin. Derpy Muffin. I like that. Muffin. We were surprised when she came to us herself, asking for shelter as other survivors hesitated due to her clumsiness. We couldn't refuse her. Pinkie decided to take her on an expedition, but it cost her her hind legs. We managed to amputate the bitten legs and save Derpy from infection. She always smiles no matter what happens. I'm alive. That's enough for happiness. I think it's a coping mechanism for stress. God, that's depressing, but at the same time, I guess that's a better coping mechanism than what you could have, I suppose. I guess. I accidentally collided with tree branches and lost her eyes while escaping from the infected. Never mind. I forgot that... It could always be worse. It could always be worse. Once she started walking with bandages, we realized she was a very keen sense of smell and hearing. She became much better at flying, relying solely on her senses. I believe once she feels better, Pinkie will take her on expeditions again. Only flies when moving. Thanks, Apple. Oh, God. Main habitat is trees. It often moves through them, attacks its prey by jumping from height. A peculiar mutation. We haven't encountered this type of infection before. It's rarely seen. Doesn't use magic, and that's a good thing. So what I'm understanding is that all of these infected are like their own special type of infected, which is extremely dangerous. What the frick are you? Cheerilee? No way. Hashtag not my Cheerilee. We didn't make it in time, but she held on and protected the children as best as she could until we arrived. The creature has no head. Its neck is reinforced with a thick layer of fat and pus. It's taller than the other infected. Its mouth can expand. The entire oral cavity is filled with sharp teeth. It walks clumsily. It only eats the infected up to the 3rd stage? What? It eats the infected. You're telling me this thing is just a pony meat grinder. You're telling me that Cheerilee gobbles up ponies whole and frickin' just kills them. Well, you know what? She defended the children. I'll let her have this one. Oh God, Mare. Oh no. I saw the color scheme and that's all I needed to know. Did you all know Mare's hair color is actually bubblegum pink? She just kind of dyes it. I bet a lot of you didn't know. Before the infection, she was the leader in the adjacent bunker, helping everyone hide. I think that's accurate. I think that's right. Don't quote me on that. But I believe that's true. I could be wrong, but I think that's legit. However, someone kept silent about being infected, hoping not to be expelled. As a result, all ponies, including Mare, were infected. Oh, you rat! You snitch! Poor eyesight, slow but quiet, often hides in the bushes, only peeking out, vigilantly watches her prey, but attacks only when the victim turns away. Psychologically presses on you. What the frick? To survive, stare persistently only at her face, and she won't harm you, letting you go. Oh, she's like a weird SCP-173. Sunburst, location Crystal Empire. Cadence entrusted him with guarding the crystallized Floreyheart and leading the surviving part of the defense since Shining Armor is infected, as we all know. The princess said that if the crystal cracks and Floreyheart wakes up, she will need protection. He must hide the little one in a secret room of the castle and not leave her side, and if necessary, become a worthy mentor to her. Neglects his appearance, doesn't allow anyone to approach the crystal. You know what? I'm kind of imagining now, like a post-apocalyptic kind of cryo-freeze sort of thing, where Flurry wakes up from the crystal, maybe Sunburst is in the same room, but he's dead, like he's a fossilized skeleton. So it's just Flurryheart now, in the world, full of infected and monsters and crud. God, that would be one hell of an intro. Turned gray from the horror witnessed. Neglects his pants, blah, blah, blah. Oh my god, is that the great and powerful Trixie? She gave herself a slight haircut. She carries ready traps in her bag, now placing them around the bunker's territory, which helps us a lot. Sleep. She found her old cloak and stitched it herself. She doesn't linger in the bunker for long. She's searching for materials to create smoke devices and traps against the infected. She doesn't talk much to us, refuses food. It's unlike her. Starlight asks to watch over her safety, but Trixie doesn't want to listen. Big Macintosh. Yup. Freaking more like Big Mad Max. Pinkie Pie's assistant. He joins her on excursions and often cooks for the bunker residents. He blames himself for what happened to Applejack when everything happened. He was working in the fields. Realizing the situation, he successfully fought off the infected but couldn't protect his sister. When Applejack was expelled from the bunker, he didn't hold it against Pinkie, understanding she had no choice. It was either all survivors or an infected friend who could infect or devour everyone. Understandable. That makes sense. Cutie mark changed when Applejack was expelled. He thirsts for revenge for his sister. He crushes the infected with his hooves, powerful but less agile than Pinkie. That's an interesting idea. Your cutie mark just can change like that. That's kind of cool. That's an interesting idea. He's quite nervous, constantly nibbling on something. Ooh! Ew! Ew! Snips and Snails! Ew! Freaking flamethrower them, for sure. Absolutely. In fact, move them up a couple places and cook them sooner than later. A creature of substantial size that moves emitting sounds resembling a mix of crying and laughter. It binds victims with its tongue, swallowing them whole. Mutation questionable. Clumsy and foolish in appearance, yet deceptively cunning. Exercise caution. What's terrifying about these infected is that they are all like unique mutations. They're not all just, we all become the same thing at stage 5 and 6. No. Oh no, this is different. Ooh, bulk biceps! Incapable of flying, moves on its front legs, which are incredibly strong to support its entire body weight, can only attack with its teeth. It cannot be harmed by a regular knife or stick. I'm not beating bulk biceps with a freaking stick. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm gonna need something a lot more dangerous than a freaking stick if I'm gonna mess with that guy. At least until, you know, a lot of his body falls apart, then maybe I can. But I'm not gonna freaking start hitting zombies with a stick. Maybe a table leg, but I ain't gonna be beating him with snap a twig off of a tree like that. I'm not gonna do that. Its appearance is accompanied by loud movements and a foul odor. Ugh, gross. I'm noticing they all have these little kind of bone growths, these sharp little bone... Oh, what the frick are you? Some sort of angelic creature? Seen only a few times, witnesses claim it is incessantly hovers, approaching victims to bite off any body part it can. Dodging is nearly impossible, faster than Object 1445. I believe that's supposed to be Rainbow Dash? I can't remember. No signs of decay observed. Run. Ugh. I believe this is part of the story still? You know, nobody could have ever imagined that something like this would happen. That's kind of the whole point. You were always so confident, always smiled in the face of danger. Nothing could break your fighting spirit. You were always an example for all of us. For me. When hope was gone for each of us, you lifted our morale and confidence in our strength. You were brave, bold, and so cool, always finding a way to uplift, choosing the right words. You risked your life for all of us without sparing yourself. I want you to be remembered as you were. I won't allow anyone to tarnish your merits and courage. I won't allow them to remember you as a monster. You will always be with us, with me. Forgive me for everything. I'm so sorry, Dash. Don't regret anything. It doesn't matter how many days you have left to live. What matters is how much meaning was in those days. Oh! Oh, see? That is delicious. I love that. See, if that was see, I'm just saying, if this was this one little slideshow, this one little thing right here, this whole little thing, that is good. That is good enough for me to be its own little story. That's great. I really love also, I noticed this, there's an infected in the background here, which is very interesting. That is depressing. But I also really love the photos and stuff. You know, I feel like a lot of people kind of forget, like if the apocalypse happens, you're going to be going into a lot of places. You're going to remember, you're going to see pictures of families, and you're going to be thinking to yourself that they're probably dead. Something horrible probably happened to them. You know? Regardless, at the end of the day, we're all still human. You know? It's kind of depressing to think about. Turned gray at the sight of Celestia. He was the one who saw Celestia in the condition she was in. Now he's with us, helping with everything. The first thing he asked upon joining us, where is Princess Twilight? Mostly aiding in the search for survivors with personal motives. Calm and kind, always reliable, he dreams of finding Twilight at any cost. I think he has something to tell her. He never takes off his lantern, carrying it to light the way in the forest. Turned gray at the sight of Celestia. He saw Celestia, he aged a couple years. Tree hugger. Last seen visiting Fluttershy, she informed her that something was wrong with the Breezies, and she was going to investigate what had happened. By her appearance, you could tell she was diligently maintaining composure. Gave Fluttershy a recipe for a potent painkiller, advised her to be careful and keep an eye on the animals. You never know what might happen. Oh shoot, even the animals can get infected then. Thanks to this recipe, Rarity and Pinkie can help ponies avoid dying from shock during limb amputations. It's what saved Fluttershy herself once. Lyra and Bon Bon! Hermit on their own. Bon Bon found a little house in the forest, and now they live together with Lyra. Knowing that their acquaintance, Pinkie, wouldn't take risks, they didn't come to us. No one attacked Lyra. However, a day before the announcement of the mass infection, she was near a contaminated stream, touched the water with the hoof. No progression of infection is observed. Nausea, epileptic seizures, high temperature, weakness, cold sensitive, magic is very weak. That to me sounds like sickness. That to me sounds like you're pretty dang ill. The water. Everything is freaking infectious. The water, the ponies themselves. Oh no! Oh no, not the spa ponies! Oh no! Aloe! Cotton candy colored looking horses! Oh no, not the twins! Locked in a spa salon. Salon, yeah. Not knowing where her sister went, Aloe worried, went to look for her unaware of what was happening. Miraculously, she managed to return to the salon, but got bitten. Thanks to high-quality rejuvenating oils and creams, she can maintain stage 3. That's huge. However, it doesn't help much. She's almost lost her sanity. Despite that, she's not aggressive, unlike the usual infected at this stage. Fears any rustle, paranoia. She bound the wounds with towels soaked in oils. Blood pours from her nose, not due to excitement. Pours from her nose, not too what? Why would it be excitement? I usually don't have blood pour from my nose when I'm excited for any reason. Her cutie mark is almost gone. Soon she will cease to be herself and her body will become just a vessel for parasites. Unfortunately, we can't help her in any way, not even emotionally. That is interesting to think about. Maybe the infected are attacking non-infected out of this paranoia. Maybe this paranoia, like this feeling they develop in their head, it gets so bad due to whatever manipulative properties are going on with the disease and yada yadas, that it causes them to like attack non-infected out of like defense and stuff, or just out of fear. Like it just overdrives them. Poor Aloe. Serena does not pose a particular danger. Yeah, no, that's right. It produces terrifying sounds resembling eerie singing. With these, it deafens its prey and induces a stupor, taking advantage of the situation. It crawls slowly and is rarely encountered. It has many mouths distributed all over its body. It attacks solo. Strangely, considering the progression of infection, its eyes are still present. Smells of decay. It looks like somebody peeled some other pony's face off and then kind of glued it onto their face. Also, these are the kind of arcs I like. I really enjoy the infected, still partly in there type of trope. Especially if they can maintain it, right? Kind of like a Antizin or a Zombrex or whatever sort of thing. If y'all know the references, you know the references. Oh, God! What the frick? Suri Polomare. What? It is fast and loud, but foolish and blind. It's easily distracted. Even a slight cut from a needle can leave a deep wound. During its life, it sewed its body with fabric to hide decay. Oh, no! Try not to make noise. Oh, no, that's some... Oh, what the, how do I describe that? I can't even describe that. That seems like a almost Little Miss Rarity-esque type of thing, or like the, I don't know, kind of gives me Candy Mare vibes, but it also gives me like Twilight's Little Miss Smarty Pants doll vibes. But like, this is definitely like some Rarity energy, right? How is she, if she's, I don't know, her flesh falls off or whatever, she just takes some cloth and just covers it up, making herself try to look as beautiful and as normal as possible, despite the actual events happening. That's horrible. In a good way. Horribly good. Ooh, Nurse Redheart. Love that design, actually. The search team, after exploring the hospital, managed to rescue her. She defended herself well until reinforcements arrived. Out of all the medical staff in Ponyville, she and Dr. Horse survived. She stayed with us while he went to another bunker to help the survivors there. She wraps bandages for all injured ponies and monitors their physical health. She carries bandages and all necessary medications for treating wounds with her. Kind and caring, but emotionally unstable. Though what could be expected from a pony who had two? For her own protection. Not only kill infected patients, but also her colleagues. Can I take some bandages? I'm running short of thread for my craft. No. So you have chosen death, Spike. God, this is funny. This is actually very funny on the top right. No, you cannot have any bandages. I can only imagine that like cracked so loudly or just blipped in and out due to settings. Final scratch. Thanks to her, we can stun the infected for a couple of seconds, which is very helpful. A reliable companion, but she doesn't interact closely with anyone except Octavia. She keeps to herself, like before. She can't fully engage in music, even in the bunker. It's very risky to attract affected attention with any noise. I was gonna say nose, but that wouldn't be right. Her glasses are irrelevant now, as it's nighttime outside, around the clock. Currently, she is repairing her portable speaker since it broke and can't function for more than a couple of seconds. She helps us only because we saved Octavia from infection. That is honestly kind of scary to think about. God, how long has that idea slipped past me? The idea of an eternal nightfall? That would be horrible. Maybe like a nice foggy dark night outside and it's just like, oh shoot, fog's rolling in from the Everfree tonight in Ponyville. This is gonna be a long night. Do something like the infected become more aggressive at night. We haven't seen anything like that yet. I'm more so referencing video games such as Dying Light, Dead Rising. That's the also the Antizin Zombrex thing I was talking about. Octavia, she could have been infected if not a little more. If not for a little what? I don't want to be infected if not for a little more. What do you mean? She comes with her psychological issues through meditation. Records her improvised melodies in a music notebook. The amputation of bitten body parts was psychologically challenging for her. Fluttershy is working on improving her morale. I feel like if she got bit here, you get bitten on the trunk, the neck, or the head, that's it. You're done. No recovery. Granny Smith. The head of chef of the bunker, kind and caring. She treats all the ponies in the bunker as part of her family, not indifferent to others' problems. Her age makes it challenging to handle cooking, so many help her. She misses Applejack. She has a good relationship with Pinkie, sometimes referring to her as her granddaughter, which deeply hurts Pinkie as she blames herself for what happened. Aww. Aww. I'm sorry, Granny. Pinkie and Big Mac risked life for the Apple family photo album, as it was in the largest gathering of infected at that time. She is the only elderly pony in our bunker. She cooks delicious and hearty meals despite the food shortage. You know, pardon me, I'm just saying, the family photo album, somebody finds that in an abandoned building and you look at that, you're just gonna probably be upset. I'm not even gonna lie, you'll probably just cry. I would be upset. I would be upset if I found, in the apocalypse, something like this, an abandoned family photo album. You scroll through that, you just see nothing but positive, good times. First moments, whatever, baby's first steps. It's gonna be some sad crud. Queen Chrysalis. Someone freed her from petrification. Princess Luna didn't let her escape and now keeps her in the dungeon in another room away from Celestia to prevent Chrysalis from causing harm to her. She didn't resist much. Every time Luna comes to find out what Chrysalis knows about the virus, she leaves angry and upset. The princess inflicts harm out of anger, but Chrysalis only laughs loudly at her. The mutilated limbs regrow. She manipulates and provokes Luna by pressing on sensitive topics. Why? Why does Princess Luna endure this? Are you telling me Chrysalis's limbs just grow back? That's actually a cool idea. If the changelings just grow back limbs if you cut them off, would actually be super cool. All information was obtained from Starlight. Oh, Mrs. Cake, let's just put you in the frickin' ground. Blind. Relies on smells, emits a vomit-inducing toxic substance of swamp color from its mouth. Do not touch under any circumstances. Be cautious. This is how the entity marks its territory. If even a drop of this liquid gets on your body or clothes, the entity will immediately sense it and chase you relentlessly. It can detect the smell for kilometers. Ew! Well, at that point, you just kind of gotta kill him, or else you'll have, like, this Terminator. Ba-bum, bum, ba-bum, just following you. Ba-bum, bum, ba-bum. It's like being chased by Mr. X in the Resident Evil games. It's like, go away! Go away! Stop following me! Why didn't anyone listen to me? Oh, God, I don't even know who the frick you could have been. Modest, highly sensitive to any sounds. Decay is progressing, mainly inhabits the forest, agile and fast, can only scratch as its teeth have decayed. Feeds on remains. Eliminated. Oh my god, blue blood. I don't know, he kind of looks better this way. The object's height exceeds that of a 3-story house. Previously moved only within the territory of Canterlot. Recently spotted in Ponyville. Run, 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 run and don't look back. 3-story house? My god, he's a titan! God dang! But I know you. Dang, dude. Oh, Superman is actually kind of a wild song. That's a good sad one. That's a good sad song. I really like what TJ Pones did or whatever, with the Apple Bloom thing or whatever. They did a little video or something on it. Very kind of depressing in theme. Wait for the comics. I will wait. Fancy Pants, the most active volunteer. He delivers bandages, medications, and supplies through a special group of ponies to all the bunkers in Equestria. The only noble who openly supports Luna no matter what. The nobility agrees with him on everything, but behind his back, they don't consider his opinion. On the day the epidemic began, Sir Fancy Pants and other representatives of the nobility were relaxing outside Canterlot visiting someone. They were shooting at targets for entertainment. The first one to see the infected pony and effectively save the whole bunch of nobles was Sir Fancy Pants himself. Threw me off for a sec. In this bag, he carries plastic pellets for reloading the revolver. Dear God. They're armed now. Although the revolver shoots plastic pellets, he always carries it with him since it's his only weapon. He's against violence in any form. Starlight shockingly wrote her opinions about him. According to her, this pony is cold-blooded and overly calm when it comes to the safety of others. When he shoots, he always hits in a way that can stun even the most ferocious infected with plastic pellets. We owe him a lot. He really helps us out a great deal. I'm getting some James Bond energy from him. Bond. James Bond. Fleur de Lis. Fleur de Lis, Fleur de Lis, Fleur de Lis, hee hee. Fancy Pants gave her the scarf before the epidemic began. Sir Fancy Pants is bodyguard. She doesn't leave his side for a moment, knowing that there are far more infected in Canterlot than in Ponyville. You don't even doubt the professionalism of this pony and her work. At Fancy Pants' request, also watches over Princess Cadence when she's alone. Cadence isn't thrilled about it, but she appreciates the care. Don't they still have guards? Little goobers. Starlight wrote that she's silent but very sweet and kind. She's ready to do anything, even die for Fancy Pants and Cadence. Freaking word vomit. It's fortunate that they entrusted their safety to such a pony. Mostly she defends herself with these iron hooves. Spiked cleats. God, I'm just reminding, of Dennis from the SpongeBob movie. He emerged from the depths of ice and now, through cunning and manipulation, gathers followers. He takes advantage of Cadence's absence. As it turns out, not all ponies in the Crystal Empire consider King Sombra a tyrant and dictator. He convinced them that Cadence abandoned them. He himself couldn't care less about the epidemic. He uses it when he needs to show that he's good. He's not particularly eager to seize the throne. What does he want? Starlight wrote to us about all of this. She learned about what's happening thanks to Sunburst. Only we and Princess Luna know about Sombra's return. Cadence is better off not knowing about it now. Everything will be fine. I don't know about you, but I think King Sombra, the ferocious dictator that brainwashing, mind-controlling dictator that he is, might just be the way to go. You know, I feel like with Sombra for president, I feel like they'll just do the classic door-to-door check for infected, you know, sweep and clear cut type of deal. Oh no, we haven't seen this sucker pop up yet. Oh man, that's cool. We haven't seen many dragons get infected. The virus affects dragons slightly differently. They are less sensitive to it. In other words, they may not even realize they're infected until the third stage sets in. Their symptoms vary slightly. In the early stages, there may be a fever and mild nausea. Nothing more. Rage? No, it's just rage. Scales and skin become matted? Whatever. They exert effort during flight. Due to the black liquid flowing from their eyes during flight, coordination is lost. They roar loudly. Their breath smells of pus. They're unaware of what's happening. It has not attacked any ponies in our presence yet. Perhaps it only feeds on its own kind. Oh, Gilda. Someone damaged her wings and tied her hands with a lasso. As a result, her tail mutated and became claws to catch prey. She prefers to hunt quickly and stealthily, mostly from behind bushes. She moves on two hind legs. She makes no sound. I hate. You can only tell she's nearby by the smell of decay. Be attentive and extremely cautious. Try to avoid dense vegetation. Always look around. Ooh, I imagine she's like the kind of infected you would run into in like a cornfield or something. This has got to be like some of the most widest diversity cast we have seen get infected in an AU in a while. Dr. Fauna, main Goodall, rabbit. She tried to cure animals. Couldn't. Mutation. Progressive decay. Clumsy. Has a good sense of smell, vision, and hearing. Dog. Toad. Ew. Ew. Used to only eat animals, but hunger grows. The heads live separately from the carrier. Her presence can be detected by the cries and squeals of various animals simultaneously. When encountering her, stun or blind her and run as fast as you can. Extremely dangerous. See, now that's scary. She's become kind of a chimera. Ugh. See, it's the diseases that affect animals and anything. This disease infects any land creature we have seen so far. Frick, even dragons. And, it's in the water. It affects every species. Super infectious, contagious, and everything. Merely touching water got Lyra infected. I don't know how you beat this. This is a very, very problematic disease. And then each pony mutates separately into its own creature. I love it. I think that's supposed to be about, like, what Luna's kind of been going through lately. I think she's, like, struggling with her, like, a Nightmare Moon arc thanks to Chrysalis and talking to her. A daring do. Hermit. She last visited us after Rainbow Dash's death. Until recently, she survived and traveled through Equestria alone until she had to save Quibble Pants, hunting the infected object 2222. 2,222, blah blah blah. 2222 is easier. Homemade knife with which she defends herself. She carries the feather of the infected with her so as not to forget her goal. Oh. Dang. She's got kind of a vengeance arc. Quibble Pants. He got concussion when he was escaping from the infected. When Rainbow Dash was alive, she said she was shocked that this wimp was still alive. He never leaves his savior's side. According to Daring Do, he only gets in her way, but she can't bring herself to leave him somewhere either. To at least be somewhat useful, he carries everything necessary for survival and hunting with him. So he's the pack mule. It's never bad to have a group pack mule. This guy is basically your version of a loot box. God, I love it. That's actually kind of funny. It's a loot goblin! I found the group's loot goblin! Binoculars and a bag with supplies and necessary items. Coco Pommel, location Manhattan. She sews in men's clothes not only for guards, but also for ordinary survivors. Until recently, she maintained contact with Rarity, but then she simply stopped responding. Coco was safe. She carries a bag with threads, needles, and pieces of fabric. She carries it with her to quickly mend something, even a wound if necessary. I would love an AU, but it's basically The Walking Dead taking place in like a city like Manhattan. You know? Just following days prior to the outbreak or whatever. Then maybe you jump 2 weeks in or whatever, you know? Kind of do Telltale's Walking Dead Season 1, kind of Clementine's house vibe. I would love that. Just, you know, the fences around the city or whatever to try and keep things in. The radio, the radio, over the television, emergency broadcast. Oh my god, I'm all for it. I love me a good apocalypse setting, right? Just love making it. Yeah, blech. English, words. Bab's seed. Before the epidemic, she came to visit. The last time she was seen was in the abandoned treehouse. At that time, she still retained her sanity and flatly refused to go with the girls. The skin is decaying to the point where muscles are visible. If those are muscles, of course. We strongly suspect it's a mutation and something clearly alive, as it moves. Ew! You're telling me her muscles have become like worms? Cutie marks it disappearing. Mr. Cake. Blind, moves on hind legs, progressive decay, highly sensitive to light, drips poisonous liquid from the mouth. Despite the absence of neck muscles and larynx, it can hold its head. Attempts to eliminate it have been made. Approaching the object is unreal due to the bad smell from the mouth. I'm noticing the infected have real bad smells that make them almost unapproachable. Sludge! Infection stage whatever. Codename Slug. Crawls currently. We only have this information. Prefers to be in a damp environment near swamps and rivers. Dislikes loud noises. Breathes loudly as if wheezing. Its sweat forms slime which it uses to move. Ew, this is the definition of a Nurgle worshipper in a nutshell. This is absolutely a Nurgle follower right here. God, I love that. I love that. I think that's all. Yeah, that's unfortunately all. I don't. Oh, yeah, no, I don't. Oh boy. What the frick? What the frick? What the frick did I just watch? What the frick did I just watch? That was very good. I really actually am a pretty big fan of that. That was a very well done AU. Even though the whole thing was though relatively just character sheets, right? Those character sheets told a story and it just gave you enough to keep you interesting, and I love that. I was hooked pretty much the whole time. I never felt bored, not even once. I like that. I like that. This was like the only like general like story part of it. And regardless though, I was still hooked because the way they kind of delivered each one of these little episodes, slideshows, chapters, parts, it was good. It was done well. I love that. Absolutely. Clap, 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 clap. Very good. Rorito, Zokaru. Holy frick, I cannot talk. But yeah. Absolutely awesome. As always, I will be leaving the link down to this in the description below if freaking that didn't make sense. So if you folks want to go check it out yourselves, you absolutely can. And as always, hope you have a lovely day, and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace out.